Yay, hello! I think my mic is set up right, yeah. Oh wait, let me just double check. Yeah, okay, my mic is set up right. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. This is some cute music. Today I'm going to be continuing with some Umineko, so why don't I just get right into it? The glass case had been filled with plastic capsules packed with fun-looking things. It seemed that each capsule had some cute accessory in it. The game was to grab those with the crane, but I was young and it was too hard for me. I tried it several times, but I didn't even get close. Mom said that whatever was inside was probably cheap anyway, and we didn't even know what we get, so there was no point in getting all upset over it. I mean, I get what she's saying, but it's just a kid. And that's the fun of it. But whether it was something cheap or not wasn't the problem. The process of grabbing happiness with my own hands felt really important and sacred to me. So I wanted the cheap thing inside more than anything. Oh, look at this. Oh my god, look! It's so cute. Look at her! Then, Nipa! Hi, Cappy! How are you? I hope you're doing well, Nipa! Oh wait, hold on. I want to see if the new emotes work, because although they are for tier 2 and tier 3 only because I didn't have enough slots normally. So I just have them like that for now. But look, it's Kinzo and Beatrice. So cool. I'm doing okay. Worked last night. Have to go to bed in about 30 minutes. Oh, okay, for sure. Then Battler Oni-chan came over after finishing a game of shooting soldiers with a gun. And tried to do it for me. Aww. With his arms that were longer than mine, Oni-chan grasped the happiness that I couldn't reach. Oni-chan really was coordinated. It seems he often played with his friends at the arcades. After only one or two attempts, he grasped that thing on the other side of the glass with the crane that I hadn't even been able to touch, and threw it into the exit chute. When Oni-chan tossed me that capsule, I remembered that he looked very, very reliable. For several days, I felt like opening the capsule would be a waste. Then one day oh my god, is it gonna be her hair accessory? Stop, that's so cute. Then one day I finally opened it up, and yep, I knew it! Ah! And what revealed itself inside was this pink jeweled hair accessory. Aw, since that day, it's been a symbol for Oni-chan. Oh, and she's probably said he didn't recognize him on her head. But he hasn't seen her in a while, right? Or maybe he has. Since I was young, I felt that having... Oh wait, I forgot. She's still 6 to him. Duh, makes sense that he wouldn't. Hi, Golden Sorcerer! I hope you're doing well too. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just chilling. We just got the cutest picture ever of like Battler helping little Angie, and it's so cute. Since I was young, I felt that having all 4 of us gathered, including Battler Oni-chan, was a precondition for a happy family. So I wanted Oni-chan and Dad to make up quickly. In my own way, I treated this hair accessory as a charm for bringing my whole family together. I wonder if Rudolph got with Kidie right after Battler's mom died, and that's why he was distant from them. That would make sense to me. My mom just died and you immediately get with Kirie. You shouldn't have slept around if you really didn't like Balor's mom. Like, Balor's mom is treated as this, like, horrible, like, thing that got in the way. Like, treated as this from Kirie. Thing that, like, got in the way, but it's like, I don't know. So I always used to wear it. I wanted to feel my reliable, fun, and wonderful Oni-chan by my side all the time. And let him live in our house. Hey, King Rude, how are you? You'll get your answer soon. Well, true. Oh yeah, I forgot she was talking to Mammon. Oh, still sick? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon. Glad you're getting better, though. Oh, yummy!
なるほど。その頭飾りにものすごい魔力を感じてたけど、そういうわけなのね。魔力？お兄ちゃんのこれに魔力が宿ってるの？園児様が宿らせている。園児様の兄を呼び出したいという強い思いが魔力を与え、確かに反言は大魔法だけど、園児様はその魔法のために
Watch it, you same time, perfect timing. Aww.
嬉しいわ。私以外の人にそれを認めてもらえるのは。
Your own effort isn't something that you can observe by yourself. In that sense, even though these words came from a shady demon girl, who I'm in love with, clearly, they are lesbians, who controls one of the 7 deadly sins, they made me very happy. Oh, she made her very happy!
反言の魔法に至るのと寿命を全うするのとどっちが早いかだけは
Oh yeah, I want to show you guys. Look at this emo. It's Kinzo yelling. Kinzo yelling, and then I have Beato laughing. Aren't they cute?
でも挑む山の高さが高ければ高いほど魔女としての力も比例していく。
かわいいビエタ。
園児様はくじけることがなかったなら、きっといつか私たちの元の主ベアトリーチェ様に匹敵するほどの大魔女になれると思います。
Hey, I'm glad you guys think they're cute.
なれるかしら。
Yes.
大魔女になってお兄ちゃんを。家族を蘇らせることができるかしら。
You don't have to revive Kirie. And don't revive Gona. Don't revive George.
素敵。反言の魔女はかなりレアな魔女です。そんな魔女がご主人様なんて。
Aww, she likes her too. They're such lesbians.
むしろそうなってほしいもの。
Oh, she'd love for it to happen. Woo!
家具の価値も主の格に比例しますので。
She's like, my worth is dependent on you, my love.
もうベアトリーチェ様さえ抜いちゃって、天下無双の大魔女になってくださいね。煉獄の7姉妹を代表して、心より応援申し上げます。
Aww. Oh, so cute! I thought that if a magical friend were to appear for me too, a cute kid like Sakutaro would be best. But even this 5th sister of the shady 7 sisters who controlled the 7 deadly sins was enough to calm my heart so much all by herself. Maria One-chan has probably known that since long ago. That's why she recommended the world of witches to me over and over and over again. And I kept on stubbornly rejecting her. I should have given in and started my training as a witch sooner. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, though. A year for a child is worth 10 years for an old person, right? Now I find my past self, which only ever complained, deplorable for wasting precious time. But you needed to learn that. I mean, learning takes time. You can't just, like, spawn into the world with all of your lessons learned. You have to go through that. Long after I turned off the lights and slipped into bed, Mammon continued to talk to me alongside my pillow. Oh my god, they're so cute! I promise, one day for sure I'll develop a magical power that can summon the 7 sisters, and I'll let them have a lively and fun time. The 7 of them make a single whole. None can be left out. Family must be together. I must bring them together. Oh yeah, and they both want their families reunited. My awareness began to return slowly. Unable to stand watching Aunt Rosa and Maria Oni-chan's relationship, I ran away from Beato's and Oni-chan's game, didn't I? I've got to go back. I've got to go back, support Oni-chan, and quickly bring him from this strange world of the witch's game. After all, as long as I am here, I'm not allowed to call myself Angie. At that time, I felt someone's presence. Aww! When I turned around, I could see Mammon there.
グレーテル様、そろそろお戻りになられないとゲームの進行に差し支えるとベアトリーチェ様が仰せです。速やかにお戻りになられますようにお願い。ありがとう。もう戻るわ。よかったじゃないですか。何が？バトラお兄ちゃんに。
Oh, she still cares.
皮肉。そう聞こえるなら、そういうことにしてもらってもいいですけど。ごめんなさい。言葉通りに受け取るべきね。ええ、そうよ。こんなおかしな世界であっても、お兄ちゃんに出会えて心底に嬉しいわ。そして、お兄ちゃんのために、ベアトリーチェ様に打ち勝つ？ええ。いつまでもこんな世界で遊ばれてちゃ困る。そろそろお家へ帰る時間なのよ。
Be like, and I'm doing it for your sake.
だから私が呼びに来たわ。せいぜい頑張ってください。私、今の主はベアトリーチェ様ですので、応援はできます。知ってるわ。1986年10月5日までは、そしてやがては私の友人になるわ。
My girlfriend.
そしてやがてはその友人を。Aww. 何しろ
Mammon moaned as if she bit her tongue, staggering as she clutched her chest. Apparently the rules apply to other people than me as well.
大丈夫。それ結構辛いわよ。グレーテル様。いいえ、ありがとう。嬉しいわ、お兄ちゃんに出会えて。あなたの最初の問いへの答えよ。じゃあ、戻りましょう。私があまりぐずると、あなたが今の主人に怒られるわ。はい。ご理解いただけて助かります。それではこっち。マモン？
I'm sure Mammon was about to say, well then, this way, but then she stopped as though the film had been torn off at that point. It looked like she'd suddenly frozen. Then I noticed she wasn't the only thing that had frozen. Even the air and floating bits of dust had frozen in place in empty space. World war, it seemed even time had frozen. Yes, this looks like a portent that Burn Castle will appear. But the atmosphere was different somehow. Then I understood. It wasn't Burn Castle, it was the other witch. Yeah, I was about to say it's her, but I couldn't remember her name.
ラムダデルタ、あなたにはルールの適用はないのね。当たり前でしょ。ルールは他人を縛るためにあるのよ。自分をそれで縛るバカはいないわ。
Burn Castle is a witch who supports me, but this girl is different. This witch supports Beatrice. In other words, she's a being on the opposite side, but there's some kind of difference between her and Beatrice. Even compared to Burn Castle, there's something strange about Lamb Delta's existence. It's, how should I put it, maybe like she's a being from a higher dimension. In any event, I was still unsure about how to deal with her. The only thing that was certain was that she was my enemy. No, just knowing that might be enough,
そ
but
れで私に何かご用？まあね、あなたたちの会話に耳を傾けてたらちょっと面白い話になったんでね。あなたにちょっといい話を聞かせてあげようと思って。
I have to be back for like 1 minute. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Thanks for waiting. The shirt I was wearing was really bothering me. There's like a tag that was sticking out, so I had to change it really quick so I could focus.
あなたは私の敵のはず。そのあなたが私に得する話を聞かせる理由が思いつかないわ。つまり耳を傾けた時点で負けということだわ。じゃあね、See you next time。誤解しないで。私の相手はベルンであってあなたじゃないわ。つまり私とあなたが共に得をする話はあり得るということよ。悪いけど私には聞く気がないわ。
Though I said that, I probably won't be released from this frozen time until Lambda Delta is satisfied. This itself might be proof that she's in a higher dimension than me. I haven't been given the option of not listening to her. All I can do is try not to be shaken by anything she says and strengthen my mental guard. She'll probably try to make me believe something disadvantageous to me, threatening me.
そんなに身構えなくてもいいってば。私はあなたの誤解を解きに来ただけよ。いえ、ちょっと違う。ベルンカステルがあなたについた嘘を教えて。ベルンカステルが嘘？あなたはベルンにベアトを倒せば兄が帰ってくるような。さあ、あなたに話す気はないけど。
My brother coming home. I hadn't been promised anything dreamlike. Getting just one person, only if I was lucky, had been a promise without very high hopes. But that's enough for me. After being promised an eternity of isolation, having a faint but still non-zero chance was like a shining beacon. ある意味ベルンのその約束は嘘ではないわ。ベルンがそう約束したのならきっとあなたがベアトを倒せばバトラも両親も解放されてあなたのところへ帰ってくる。何の問題もないじゃない。本気で？あの子は案外残酷よね。分かってて騙すなんて。私がどう騙されてるというの？ Yeah. I'm letting her take the initiative, but I won't be released until I lend an ear to her, so it's something I'll have to hear anyway. Even though I realized I was falling into a trap, I urged her forwards.
今は何年？このゲーム版の世界のこと？ならば1986年10月4日。その通り。ならばあなたがベアトに打ち勝ったなら台風が1986年の10月。だから何？あなたの1986年親戚の家にいたんじゃなかったかしら。
I'd been at the house of the only Sumadera my mother trusted, Grandpa. We got a call. When I was playing with the building blocks in the tatami room, we got that call. After watching to make sure that I remembered, Lambda Delta laughed unpleasantly and spoke.
ねえ、あなたの1986年10月6日にバトラお兄ちゃん帰ってきた？
Even though I did understand what she was saying, I noticed an unpleasant sweat seeping out all over my face. I don't get it. I don't get it! What is the switch saying?
いい？あなたがベアトを倒せばバトラは確かに解放されるわ。そしてお家へ帰るでしょうね。1986年のお家に。
Oh, but Angie won't be released?
だってそうでしょ？ トラは1986年の10月4日から5日に閉じ込められてるんだもの。解放されたらその翌日に帰るのは当然でしょ。そして1998年バトラが帰ってこなかった1998年の後ろ宮エンジェ、意味わかる？
何言ってるのあんたは。10月6日に家族が家に帰ってくるなら素敵じゃない。私はすぐにおじいちゃんの家から帰るわ。そして私たちが出会う。めでたしめでたし。
ええ、後宮エンジェは家族に再会できるでしょうね。1986年に6歳の後宮エンジェね。
私って誰？
後宮エンジェよ、18歳の。違うわ。後宮エンジェじゃない。そういう名前の魔女の駒なのよ。厳密にはエンジェ・ベアトリーチェという名の全くの別人。意味わかる？
I don't really get it anymore, huh? Huh? Who am I? Huh?
だからベルンは残酷だなって思うの。いいね、意地悪だなって思うのよね。そういう経験なくもないくせにね。
私何か騙されてる？
ああ、でもどうかベルンを責めないでね。だって考えようによってはあの子は嘘をついてない。ベアトを倒せば家族が帰ってくる。後ろ宮エンジェのところへ。でもその後ろ宮エンジェがあなたのことだとは言ってないだろうけどね。
Was it like that? Was it like that? What did Burncastle say to me again? Your assistance is required, your family needs it. Burncastle started by saying that. Then I spoke. If I save them, does that mean my family will come home? And how did Burncastle answer that again? I cannot promise that. She did make a promise. In exchange for accepting this fight, yes, that's what she said. In exchange, I will search for a fragment with the ideal world that you wish for, a world where your family comes home. Yeah, that's right, she didn't say any more than she'd look for it. She didn't say she'd find it. But I was prepared for that from the beginning. But even so, that child promised that as long as I didn't give up, there was a faint chance of it happening. And in the end, she said this: I'm giving you a chance for revenge. In exchange, I promise to search and bring you the happiest resolution among the possibilities you're capable of accepting.
初めから辛い賭けになることを承知だって。私の1998年には絶対のゼロが揺らぐわずかの可能性と引き換えなら、私にはそれだけで価値がある。仮に復讐を成し遂げても徒労になるかもしれないと事前だから。
ええ、その部分に嘘はないわね。ベアトのゲーム版は完璧よ。あんたが立ち回ったとベアトが敗北する可能性なんて生涯に一度のみ夢見ることを許されるかどうかくらいほんのわずか。つまり限りなくゼロとみなせるほどに絶対にその勝率はほとんどゼロだから、ベルンがそういうお茶を濁した言い方になるのは仕方がない。でもあなたに夢を持たせた点についてだけは騙してると言い切れるわ。だって天文学的な確率を乗り越えてあんたが勝利できたとしても、家族が帰ってくるのはあんたのところじゃない。この1986年に存在する6歳の正しい後宮エンジェのところへよ。あんたのところにじゃない。ベルンはそれでも100億のかけらをめぐりあんたに一番マシな世界を探すでしょうね。そしてその彼女が言ったんじゃないの？手土産に持参するつもりだが見つけられなかったと。
言ったわ。
そろそろ気づいてきた？
Cat game.
あんた いえ、それどころかベアと打ち破ればゲーム版は消え去る。そしてその駒であるあんたも消え去る。あんたに享受できるゴールは完全に、いいえ、私の名において宣言するわ。この絶対の魔女ラムダデルタの名において絶対にないと宣言する。
そんな。
それがペルンの嘘よ。煙に巻いたと言うべき。あんたに救いがあるかのように誤解させた。私はそれを解きに来たのよ。
つまり私はどう戦いどう勝利を収めようとも私のところに家族は帰ってこないの？
Well, they would.
帰ってこない。絶対に。絶対の魔女が絶対にって言ってるの。これってすごいことよ。私に絶対が与えられたくて歴史的建造物を捧げた古代の王たちが何人もいたのに、私はそれを気前よくあんたにはプレゼントしちゃうの。これってばとっても素敵でキュートでマーベラスなことなのよ。でも一つだけいい提案があるの。
Damn. I'm getting completely overwhelmed. I knew I shouldn't have listened, and now I'm starting to be overwhelmed by this witch, Lambda Delta.
私の相手はベルンであってあんたじゃない。私とあなたが共に得をする話はあり得るけど、最初から私はそういう話をすると言っているわ。だから耳を貸しなさい。貸すしかないのよ、あんたには。
聞くわよ。聞いてやるわよ。聞けばいいんでしょ？
I finally lost control over my emotions and exploded from the inside. I don't have a clue anymore. I believe that I was Angie, but at some point I stopped being Angie. That's right, I'm Angie, not Angie. Who am I? I'm not my parents' child nor my brother's little sister. I'm just a piece in a witch's game.
そこまで悲観することはないわ。だってよく考えて、今あんたはバトラお兄ちゃんに出会えているわ。確かに自らの名を名乗ることはできない。それでも少なくとも魔女と戦うゲームの味方同士という位置にいて、いつまでも永遠に一緒にいることができる。意味わかる？
I can't stand it, but I understand. In other words, as long as Oni-chan keeps getting a tie in this game, it will continue forever. Continuing to tie means continuing the game for eternity, and it means I can remain with Oni-chan as a piece. But if Oni-chan wins or loses, and the curtain closes on the game,
駒であるあんたは消える。ゲームの駒の幸せは何？ゲームで遊んでもらうことだけよ。
well, she disappears as a game piece, but it doesn't mean she disappears completely.
押し入れにしまわれて埃をかぶることじゃないわ。そうでしょ？
In the past, the seven sisters of purgatory said it well. Furniture's happiness comes from being used, not being stored away. That's right, I am now the witch's furniture.
話を少し変えるわね。実は私、このゲーム永遠に引き分け続けてほしいと思ってるの。終わらないゲームは永遠の檻。ベルンを今度こそ屈服させる未来永劫に開かれることのない絶対ミスよ。ベアとはね、一応は勝つ気があるの。バトラーを屈服させるという勝利ね。でもね、実はそれも私には困るのよ。だってゲームが終わっちゃったら密室が崩れてしまうもの。
Being a witch means you get your name in all caps.
だから
True.
私、バトラが屈服することだけはないように、ある程度の点安心して。バトラが屈服し しかけると私は彼の味方になったりもしてるのね。ただね、どうもベアとのやつ、それにこのゲームに自分の勝ちは永遠にないんじゃないかって気づき始めてる。でもそこはさすが無限の魔女。ベアとはバカだからそれでもいつかきっと勝てる。それまで延々と無限にゲームを繰り返せばいいと楽観してるわ。金髪の女は大抵考えが足りないって決まってるものよ。
この魔女の
You're blonde though.
勝利も敗北もないってことなの？
私が勝たせない、そして負かせない、絶対に。ベルンはそれに気づいてる。そしてそれを破るために最も強力な駒としてあんたを見つけ送り込んできた。このゲームを終わらせるためにね。
このゲームを終わらせる？
終われば駒の役目ははっきり断言する。あんたは存在が矛盾してるのよ。自らの存在理由が自らを闇に葬り絶望するため。
My goal is to defeat Beato and release my captive family, and yet even if I exceed, I won't be rewarded.
負けられない。そして勝っても報われない。だから私は第三の選択肢をあなたにも。そしてその選択肢は私とあなたの利害を一致させる。
Why don't you just say it already? Continuing the tie for all eternity. Oh, that's what her thing is. Never mind. Just kidding. I was being dumb.
魔女とのゲームの世界。ベアトとバトラが永遠に戦い続ける世界。そして同時にあなたが永遠にバトラと一緒にいられる世界なのよ。
My head was spinning. That confusion became a hot liquid, and I felt it pouring from my eyes. It was so hot that it felt like it burned my face.
エンジェベアトリーチ、ゲームを終わらせ、あなたとバトラの交流できる世界を終わらせようとするのが目的のベルンカス。あの子はあんたを騙してたのよ。自分の駒になればあんたが救われるかのようにごまかしてね。でも私はそこをごまかさない。だから言うわ、エンジェ。私の駒になりなさい。私はベルンのように絶対にもらえない嘘のご褒美なんてちらつかせないわ。私の駒となり、このゲームが絶対に終わらないように私に協力する限り、私はあんたにこの世界が絶対に続くことを我が名において絶対に約束する。それだけじゃないわ。ボーナスもつけてあげる。あなたに課せられているルール、それを取り払ってあげるわ。まあもちろん私の駒になると誓ってもらった後にだけどね。
In my own throat, there was a thick, loud, gulping sound. I shouldn't have listened. If I hadn't listened, I could have remained an innocent little sister praying for my brother's victory. But I might be different now. I might have been degraded into witch's furniture, one that cares about nothing but being by Oni-chan's side.
兄を裏切れと言ってるわけじゃないんだからね。バトラが負けそうになったら全力で助ければいい。逆にバトラがペアと追い詰めすぎたら少し加減を変えてあげてほしいと、その程度のお願いをしているのよ。大丈夫、バトラを裏切るほどの必要はないわ。バトラ一人じゃベアトには勝てない。だからベルンはあんたを送り込んだんでしょ。あんたが手を貸さない限りバトラは永遠にベアトには勝てない。とっても簡単でしょ。
Well then.
ちょっと、それ私の返して。や
wonder where they swiped it from. They were fighting over a donut or something, playing around really loudly.
エンジェ様は読書をなさってるのよ。少しは静かにできないの？そう言ってるサタンが一番うるさいのよ。沈黙なさい。この愚昧が。ルシファーお姉様の方がうるさい。文句が終わり？
I was already used to the oldest and third oldest arguing with each other. Even though they're both so quick to anger, it's a bit funny how they're both having to hold back a little. They might be surprisingly like each other.
賑やかにしていろとの仰せでしたが、これではさすがに。少しボリュームを下げさせますか？
気にしないで騒いでてくれていいわ。
エンジ様、早く次のページ。エンジ様は読むのが遅い。
マモンは読書が好きなの？地味なことが一番苦手そうに見えるのにね。
マモンが司るのは強欲、知識欲にもそれは通じます。ただし、独占したがるので、本を与えると人に読ませまいと、読書後に焼いてしまうこともあるのでご注意を。
That's so funny.
私は誰も知らないことを私だけが知っているのが好き。誰もできないことを私だけができるのが好き。だから勉強は好き。私だけが誰も知らない英知を独り占めしたいから。
As Mammon said that, her eyes sparkling, she peered down at the page that was open and read through it again. You could see the greed that made her convey the page even more thoroughly than I did. As you can see, my magical power has grown so much stronger than it was on the first day I summoned them here. By now I've gotten so that I can summon all of the 7 Sisters of Purgatory at once and still calmly read a book like this. This place, although I can't really recall where it is quiet and calm street side bench. I'd been young back then, so I don't remember the details of its location. Still, I remember that my days walking here were a lot of fun. And the best way... Oh, you found it on sale? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah, just send me it later on Discord. You can put it in the recommendations channel if you want. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's so nice of you. Together with Dad, Mom, and even Oni-chan, it was a memory of a very rare and very happy day when everyone had been together. The people who walked by every once in a while didn't notice me. They just pleasantly ignored me and passed by as though everything was normal. Even the 7 sisters' incredible outfits weren't embarrassing or anything, because it wasn't like anyone was actually watching. Come to think of it, I'm getting pretty used to it. As long as they don't make me wear those. I was sitting on a stylish bench, memorizing a timeline for world history. In an academic system where everything is based on collective responsibility, there's no tolerance for dunces. It seemed that I was considerably below the average grade for the class. According to those extremely intellectual girls, if I alone improved my grade, the average would rise drastically. They had been kind enough to show me with a graph drawn by colorful pens on a B4 sheet of drawing paper. I'm the one who should be thankful that you will play it? Oh my god, of course. Just thinking of the effort it had taken to draw that was repulsive. But I've already spat out all those complaints. I've already voiced my constant and furious anger and sadness to these girls here. The sisters were sometimes indignant, sometimes sympathetic, and sometimes mourned along with me. I was truly happy to be able to share emotions like that with friends. It's said that they were originally furniture that existed to carry out Beatrice's cruel sacrifice ceremony. According to the occult message bottle I hated, it seemed that several of them even attacked my family. But I don't believe that, and it's pointless to question them about that. They're furniture, so they're only responsible to their master's requests. Even if they really did attack my family, I can't hate them. What I really hated was the Golden Witch Beatrice, or else that ringleader of the Ushiromiya suspicion, Ava.
エンジ様、早く次のページ。
あ、ごめん。疲れたわ。少し休憩させて。エン
ジ様、休憩だって。遊ぼう遊ぼう。エンジ様、遊ぼう。
When they noticed I had interrupted my studying, the most energetic younger sisters gathered around me. And that wasn't all. Even Maria Onechan and Sakutaro showed themselves. They'd probably been very close by, but they must have hid themselves so they wouldn't interrupt my studying.
ウリュウ、エンジ、お勉強どう？お勉強どう？
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Something fell on my keyboard.
サクタロウ、元気？ちょっと、私にもモフモフさせて。早い者勝ちだっていつも言ってるでしょ。ああ、かわいいかわいい。うきゅー、潰れちゃうよ。
七姉妹が揃ってる時に現れたのが運の尽きだ。おとなしくモフモフされてもらおう。
もういっつもこんなにしてしまって。愚昧な姉と妹どもが申し訳ありません。サクタロもみんなに会えて喜んでるよ。どうエンジェ、お勉強の調子は？
ありがとう。まあ、そこそこには。ご丁寧にも、他のクラスで先にあった小テストのプリントが回してもらえたの。麗しい連帯感に涙が出るわ。とりあえず、年表を頭に入れるだけでも、まあ、多少はマシかしら。
ウリュウ、エンジェお勉強偉い。いっぱい点数取れるよ、ウリュウ。お疲れ様。マリア、お勉強は全然ダメだったから、ちゃんと勉強すれば点数が取れるエンジェが羨ましいよ。
ご冗談を。英語、ラテン語、オカルトの知識、そんなのを丸暗記できてるお姉ちゃんの方がよっぽどすごいわ。
マリアは魔法のお勉強は何でも覚えられるけど、つまんないお勉強は何も覚えられない。だからテストでも何も役に立たない。
確かにオカルトの知識はどうかと思うけど、英語なんかは成績に結びつくんじゃない？
小学校1年生の時、国語のテストで鉄砲のイラストの脇に四角が4マスあって、そこに名前を書きなさいって問題があった。ライフルって書いて×だった。
どうして？合ってるじゃない。
鉄砲が正解だって。カタカナは小学1年生では習わないからダメだと言われた。マリアはよくわからないから、その日以来テストでは全てひらがなで書く。でもなぜかママには怒られる。先生にも怒られる。
お姉ちゃんは多分生まれる国を間違えたわ。
ならマリア、魔女の国に生まれて魔法学校に入りたかった。そうしたらもっともっと素敵な魔法の友達がいっぱいいたかもね。
It kind of makes more sense. My friend said they headcanon Maria as autistic, and that kind of makes more sense to me now. Like, her not understanding the directions unless they're like very direct and clear. Like that happens with autistic people. people, so she probably did. It makes sense that. I mean, I don't understand what they were taught, but I also don't understand Japanese, so I don't really know what specifically they're talking about. Sorry, I'm rubbing my eye really quick.
でも別に今は何も気にしてないよ。だって魔法はいっぱい使えるし、魔法のお友達もたくさんいる。マリアにはサクタロがいれば十分だもの。僕だけじゃないよ。サクスケもサク吉も動物の音楽隊もアザラシの下田くんもウサギのサナエさんも小豚のピゴーくんも他にもいっぱい。
Ippai! Incredible. The number of Onichan's friends keeps increasing. Every time I ask, the number of names for her friends grow. But there's no doubt that Sakutaro is her best friend. I'm a little jealous of all those close friends.
どう？七姉妹は仲良くやれてる？
本当に賑やかな姉妹たちよ。たまに物騒なことを言い出すけど悪くないわ。本当はサクタロみたいな可愛い子が良かったんだけど、今は彼女たちと一緒でも十分いいかなって思ってる。
もっと私の原初の魔法を学んだなら、きっとエンジェの好みの友達を生み出せるようにもなるよ。
Yeah. Well, you can be smart and autistic. Unless that's not what you meant. You were just saying that, yeah, she's pretty smart. Yeah, I mean, obviously she's very intelligent. She knows all about all this magic stuff and English and
今の
stuff.
エンジェに想像はまだちょっと難しいね。
想像と召喚は違う。そして反言もまた違う。
やっぱり一番の願いは家族を蘇らせること？
うん。よりしろは持ってるよ。これ。
そうだね。その髪飾りならいつかきっとバトラーを呼び出す鍵になるよ。あとはエンジェの修行次第だね。
それがいつまでかかるのかわからないのが泣けるけれども。
ウリュウ、辛くてもしっかり。エンジェが諦めなければ絶対にいつか叶うよ。
絶対に叶うという保証を誰かがくれたなら、きっと心も休まるでしょうにね。
ウリュウ、なら僕が保証する。エンジェはいつかきっと必ず願いを叶えられるよ。
ありがとう。気休めでも嬉しいわ。
気休めじゃないよ、ウリュウ。ダメだよエンジェ。そういう感情は半魔法の毒素になるよ。夢は必ず叶うって気持ちが一番よく芽吹く魔力の種なんだよ。
そうね。ごめんなさい、お師匠様。
エンジ様は少し強欲さが足りないのよ。欲しいもののためにはどこまでも。手に入れるまで絶対に諦めないという根性が足りない。ウリュウ、そんなことないよ。エンジェは頑張ってるよ。
ありがとう、サクタロ。マモン、泣き言なんて何の足しにもならないもんね。私にはただ頑張るしか道はないのよ。努力するわ。歯を食いしばってね。そして必ず夢を叶えるわ。絶対に。
ウリュウ、エンジェ偉いよ。頑張ろう。僕もママも応援する。ええ、応援します。主が強欲であればあるほど私たちの価値も上がると。
Angie, I want you, Mammon. True.
それより
True.
せっかく10人も集まったんだし、みんなでしりとりでもして遊ぼうって提案がありまして。負けたら罰ゲーム。私に耳をかじらせて。もう
あんたの頭には食欲以外ないの？
グマイどもの愚かな提案をお許しください。そろそろ勉強に戻られなくても大丈夫ですか？
やだやだやだ、ずっとお勉強終わるの待ってたのに遊んでもらえないなんてやだ。
悪くない提案と思います。たまには遊ぶのも頭の良い柔軟になるかと。
ベルフェが司るのはタイダだっけ？
うん。
もっともらしいことを言ってるけど、うまいことを言ってるわね。
失礼しました。エンジェ様は勤勉でおられる。
エンジェさえ良ければ私もみんなと遊びたいな。みんなでワイワイ、きっと楽しい。
きっと楽しい。I dropped
エンジェ
something.
エンジェ、遊ぼう遊ぼう。みんなでしりとりをやろう。
では、サクタロのウリュウからスタートで。
Oh my god, this is Higurashi music. I think at least. Unless I've been listening to Umineko so much that I just think everything is from Higurashi. Maybe I don't even fucking know.
ゆ？
ウリュウからなんだろうね。やっぱり竜？
こんなおかしな語尾の単語が出てくるなんてめったにないし。
じゃあ私が一番。竜から行くね。
Ryukishi.
の竜図。
Watch Crown.
私が一番に言いたかったのに。竜斗の方が素敵。
図？なんだかさっきから難しいのばっかりね。というか、順番どうなってるの？次は誰？
No, that's Umineko. Dude, I can't even tell anymore. That's funny. Everything's just getting mumbled together.
ウリュウ、
Except the story, because the stories are so different.
誰でもいいと思うよ。思いついた人順でいいよ。何それ、面白いね。いっぱい言えた人が勝ち？早口しりとりだね。じゃあ私行くね。ズッキーニ、
Zucchini.
ニンニク炒め、メカブのパスタ。どれも美味しそう。3つもいっちゃった。
ベルゼ3点獲得。接続詞はありなのか？
のがありになったら何でもありになっちゃうわ。最後のはダメよ。1点減点。目からよ。
じゃあマリアね。メレンゲ。ゲ？うりゅ
下水道、埋め立て地、地下室。ざっとこんな感じ？
お姉様、なんだか品のない単語ばっかり。
何よ。じゃあ品のいい単語で続けてみなさいよ。とにかく私3点ね。次はつよ、つ。
こんな変なしりとり初めて。面白い。ウリュウ、全然わかんないけど面白い。ウリュウ。
I've played normal Shiritori before, but I've never experienced a Shiritori this weird. There's only the lively seven sisters Mirio, Neichan, Sakutaro, and me. I'm now surrounded by friends that are so fun to be with. The courage to accept a world of magic, a world of witches. That alone didn't change the fact that I was still locked up and in an academy, without a single friend in my class. But despite that, I'm able to have such a fun and lively time. I'll also become a witch like Maria Onei-chan. Sorry. And someday I'll add my family to this fun circle. Dad, Mom, and Oni-chan. No, not George. And if possible, George Oni-chan and Jessica Oni-chan and the other relatives. I'll call everyone here without a single person missing, and we'll all gather here together.
それが私の夢。そうよ。私はそれを叶えるまで絶対にくじけない。園児様はきっと大魔女になられます。あなたがそうだと信じるだけで、我ら煉獄の七姉妹は。
I think it's funny because I'm sure George is not a very hated character at all. Like, of all the characters to hate, I'm pretty sure George and Goda are not the ones people usually hate.
いてくれる？いつまでも私の力になってくれる？当然。だって私。
But that doesn't stop me! No, he is. Goda's a meme? Oh, for sure. What about George? Do people usually hate George? Because if so, I will feel very vindicated.
そうね。常に全員揃ってみんなで遊びましょう。今もこれからもずっと。
Oh, hell yeah!
園児様が夢を叶えられる日まで。
Fuck you, George. Stupid bitch. Stupid bitch. Fuck ass. Anyways, the lively 10-person game of Shiritori, alongside a street cut off from time, under the constantly bright rays of the sun, could have continued forever. Forever. Oh.
マジほんと。どういうわけ？後宮さん。
In the end, I wasn't able to get a very good grade on my test. I tried memorizing things in my own way, but if you could manage anything by cramming the night before a test, no one would ever worry about tests.
あらかじめ問題が分かってたら普通楽勝じゃない？楽勝。
さすがの私たちも空欄に答えまでは書き込みませんでした。その程度はお勉強してくれると信じてましたから。
何これ？ちょっとマジこれ信じらんない。ほとんどダメじゃない。あんた本当にちゃんと予習したわけ？
一応。
一応ってレベルじゃありませんことよ。ここまでひどいと私めまいすらしそうですわよ。おお神よ、こんな簡単なテストすら無残な成績を残し、クラス全体の平均点をガタ落ちさせる彼女をどうか。
The same test had been given in another class first. The test paper had been obtained, so the average score for our class had been unusually high. Enough to obscure my slight improvement. However, there were some things I had no excuse for. If I'd spent the entire day studying like mad, I might have been able to get a slightly higher score. Go away, bitches. But I hadn't gone that far. On that day, I spent the whole time having fun playing Shiritori with the seven sisters Sakutaro and Oni-chan. As expected, the winner had been Maria. She was a strong player thanks to her wide knowledge of trivia, and her other knowledge of English, probably. Sakutaro had gotten the punishment game. He spent the whole time cheering for everyone else's answers, he completely forgetting to think of any himself. Because of that, he'd been squished by the seven sisters and had his ears thoroughly nibbled, hadn't he?
ねえ、聞いてる後宮さん。
They were surrounding me, twittering like small birds. They were annoying, smelly. On the outside of that circle was Mam and an exasperated expression on her face.
相変わらずおかしな学校ね。自分の成績が良かったなら万々歳じゃないの？
連帯責任とやらのせいでしょ。彼女らにとって自分の成績がどうこうじゃなくて、クラスの平均点が低くて恥ずかしい方が問題なのよ。あるいはその結果、罰則として与えられる奉仕活動が嫌で仕方ないのかもしれない。
それってつまり成績を良くしたいから勉強してるとかじゃなくて、連帯責任や奉仕活動が嫌だから勉強してるって意味？
妬ましくて恥ずかしいのよ。誰かより劣りたくない。恥ずかしめられたくない。そんな気持ちだけが彼女らを勉強に駆り立ててる。勉強がしたければ勝手にすればいいのに、騒がしい奴ら。
つまるところ、連帯責任も奉仕活動もなければ彼女らは勉強などする気もないわけだ。勉強の意味も知らず勉強することのなんと愚かしいことか。
Are they talking about what Hideyoshi was
本当
saying?
にこいつらはうるさく、エンジェ様の貴重な昼の一時を邪魔するなと言うのに。
こいつら嫌い。早くどっか行っちゃえ。お腹すいた。早く消えちゃえ。
ごめんね、みんな。人間ってのはどうしてここまで浅ましいのかしらね。
自分で努力するより園児様に努力させる方が楽で強欲に平均点を稼げるってことでしょ。人間なんてみんな強欲、そしてより楽なようにそれを強いる。こいつらとはやがて煉獄の山で再会するわ。第五感を抜けるときはせいぜい己が足元に注意することね。
Ammon controls the fifth terrace of the mountain that reaches heaven, Mount Purgatory. Since she's saying this, you can probably be sure that after those girls die, their journey to heaven won't be an easy one. No, on the contrary, let them just fall into hell. I think I'm gonna save here and go to Catherine really quick. Let me change. Excuse me. Let me change the Twitch category too. The class committee went to the student council and applied to use the classroom during lunch after school. The purpose of this was for a class study group. A wonderful little gathering so that they could all surround me and make me study. I'm so grateful I could cry. Which meant that every day all of my lunch and 3 hours of my afternoon would be stolen. The Academy and its student council, with its theme of student self-government, instantly approved of this pleasant activity that the students were taking up of their own initiative. In other words, I was no longer to escape after school by leaving the classroom. After school, the first class study group meeting started right away. But they opened a textbook, then kindly and carefully explained so that even I could understand. Of course, it didn't turn out like such a naive illusion. After school in the classroom, dozens of my classmates crowded around my desk. First, before we started studying, why were my grades so bad? What was the reason? It was decided that we couldn't start until I could clearly answer those questions, become aware of the problem, and show regret for my actions. Of course, there's no way for me to respond when asked a question like that. They've loathed me all this time, and they've rejected me and kept me at a distance, preventing me from joining in on their community. So I've avoided their community myself. There shouldn't have been any conflict for either of us that way. So even in this group that was enthusiastic about raising the class average, they obviously kept me at a distance. Even if I tried to join in, they would probably ignore me like they always did in the past.
言ってくれれば私たちいくらでも教えてあげたよ。ねえ。ねえ。
They were getting themselves all worked up. I've already had enough of the hypocrisy of their tacked on
後ろ
excuses.
宮さんの悪いところはね、協調性がないところなのよ。自分さえ良ければいいって思ってる、その考えがいけないのよ。
セールチーヤの学び屋に集う者は協調の心を持つように。ちゃんと生徒手帳にも明記されてましてよ。協調性があればクラス全体に貢献するために一緒にお勉強しようという意思も生まれると思うの。そここそが後ろ宮さんにお勉強以前に欠けている部分だと思うんだけど、どう思うかしら？
どう思うかしら？
さっきから私たちの話を聞いてる？
聞いて
あなたの
る？
ために私たちはわざわざ放課後に残ってこうしてお話ししているのよ。
I'm so grateful I could cry. Of course they didn't like that. This way it almost makes it look like we're bullying you, they reprimanded me. Fortunately, I'm normally all cried out anyway. If I'm told not to cry, I can hold it back. First, I was made to write a letter of remorse and read it out loud. Of course, this was to be done by today. The class committee politely applied to the student council and the staff room for an extension on the use of the classroom. Seems it was accepted right away. Which means that starting now I'll be forced into self-criticism for at least a full 5 hours here. Ushiromiya Angie got a low score on her test and caused trouble for her classmates.
違うでしょ？成績が低くて迷惑をかけたってのは根本じゃないでしょ？
協調性でしょ、協調性。
もうなんで後宮さんの反省文の書き方まで私たちが指導しなくちゃならないのよ。
Their abusive jeers flew about one after another. I followed their directions and erased it. Ushinomiya Angie didn't have a cooperative attitude and caused trouble for her classmates.
ねえちょっと、私たちが言ったのをそのまま書いても意味ないのよ。あんた反省って意味分かってんの？
自分の言葉で書かなくちゃ意味がないじゃない。自分
後宮さんってちょっと不思議な子だなって思ってたけど、やっぱり変わってるよね。
Even following their directions didn't change the jeers much, and now it felt like they were mocking me even more. For several more hours, without rest, without even being allowed to go to the bathroom, much less dinner, I was continuously abused. I was coerced into writing a paragraph that humiliated myself. About 9 that night, I was told to stand up and read it aloud. The contents were smeared black with tears and eraser marks. It was certainly my handwriting, but it was like a list of soulless letters. Whose contents I couldn't even remember. Everything had been copied down according to their orders, so while I had been the one to write the letters, they weren't my words. You should learn Japanese. Your pronunciation is so cute. Aw, thank you. I actually, when I was in college, I took a semester of Japanese, and it was easier than I thought. I definitely liked it a lot, so it'd definitely be fun to learn again one day. Even after all this time, I was surprised to learn that beyond just ignoring people and hiding their things, there are other ways to bully people.
ほら早く読み上げなさいよ。後宮さんのためにこれだけの人間がこんなに遅くまで付き合ってるのよ。少しは感謝したら？そこで感謝の気持ちが湧かないという時点でもう協調性がかけらほどもないのよね。大丈夫よ後宮さん。これからは私たちがいつも一緒にいてあげるから。一緒にお勉強して生まれ変わりましょうね。
As I stood by my seat surrounded by them, I dropped my gaze towards the blackened page. And then I spoke those humiliating words. But right away, jeers flew at me saying they couldn't hear and to speak up. I can't read it. I had no idea that being forced to read a paragraph humiliating me would be so painful. My throat shook, my fingertips shook. The paragraph of humiliation written in my own handwriting made my eyes burn with hot liquid. So my words blurred and twisted. I saw the girls surrounding me twist and bend. I saw them twist and bend into the oppression I had of them. In other words, that was my true field of vision. Beyond that twisted crowd of people, I could see my friends. Compassion could be seen in all of their eyes.
エンジェしっかりウリュ
Maria, Neichan, and Sakutaro were looking at me with sad eyes, probably because they realized that even cheap words of compassion would hurt me. They kept alternating between trying to say something and hanging their heads.
なんなのよこいつら最低のやつら腹渡が煮えくり返るわよエンジ様を寄ってたかってなぶり者にして何が楽しいわけ
妬ましくても吐き出せないエンサー誰でもいいのよ吐き出せればね最低のやつらエンジェ様ここはご自身の名誉のために怒り狂うことが許される場面です怒りは正当な感情で正当な反応ここで怒らなかったらどこで怒るんですか
やめなさいよ安っぽくエンジェ様をそれができたらもうやってるわよエンジェ様は
怒って状況が改善できるならそうすべきだ屈辱的だが今は耐えるのが賢明だ
さすがベルフェネーはタイがやっ
ふざけないでよ私は耐えられない
It's her
こ
wife.
いつらが許せない
みんな騒がないでエンジェの負担になっちゃうよ
負担何言ってんのよここはさ私たち家具は主が侮辱されているのを見て冷静でいられるほど残酷じゃないエンジェ様そんな侮辱の文章を読む義務はありません怒りの声を上げられない
Aw, they love her so much.
屈辱の文面を床に叩きつけて口汚く罵らなくていいのけぞらせるほどの大声を上げなくていいただ渾身の力でそのノートを床に叩きつけてそれだけのことでエンジェ様は強い意志を示すことができる勝手なことを言わないで言ってるでしょそれができるもんならエンジェ様だってとっくにやってる
一時の感情の爆発は何も解決しないむしろエンジェ様に対する風当たりを悪くするだけだとなぜわからん
エンジ様は悪くないのになんでこんな目に遭うの夕飯も食べさせてもらえないで放課後からずっとこんななんて
今夜だけじゃないわ今日も明日も明後日もいい加減にしてこんな屈辱耐えられない
ねえ私たちの話本当に聞こえてる
Someone tugged at my hair. I was torn back into my tragic reality. I was no longer even permitted to listen to the seven sisters speaking on my behalf in my heart. My hair was lifted upwards, one of my hair ornaments came off, and I could hear the sound of it rolling on the ground. No one picked it up. On the contrary, they casually avoided it as though something filthy was rolling towards them. I tried to follow with my eyes, but my hair tugged upwards again.
なんで私たちがこんなに真剣に話してるのに
右の耳から左の耳ってやつそれとも馬の耳に念仏かしらあんたいい加減にしてよね
私たち全員に迷惑かけてるって自覚私たちに言われてるからいやいや書いたとか言い出すんじゃないでしょうね
あんたが本当に自分の意思で反省できるまでマジで終わんないからね今日だけじゃないよ明日も明後日もマジで続くからねあんまり舐めてんじゃないわよ
つーかさなんでまだ生きてんの
生きてられる普通私なら死んじゃうね
生きてられないよねだってさ生きてるだけで迷惑かけてるだけでしょ
What the fuck?
私だったら絶対に生きてられない。
Well, you shouldn't fucking live on then, bitch.
私だったら死ぬね。
Okay, you should die
その方
too.
が世の中のためになるならすぐにでも死んじゃうよ。ね
じゃあ死んでよ。
Yeah, period.
エンジ様、
こいつら全員ルシファー聞こえた？あんたたち煉獄の7姉妹は人間なんか。あんたらいつも私にならやって、今すぐこいつらを、今すぐこの場で。
それは
For some reason, Lucifer
ど
hesitated.
うしてよ。目にも止まらぬ速度で飛び回って魔女の敵の心臓を即座に貫く必殺。そしてそれを主である私が命じ、今すぐ実行しなさい。殺してこいつらをみんな殺せ。
エンジェ様、どうか落ち着いて。
If they had immediately followed my brutal order, making heaps of corpses with me at the center, I was ready to reflect on my own reckless actions of stealing lives so readily, ready to regret and repent just as they had wanted me to. I was prepared to do that, and yet Lucifer just let an unsure expression rise to her face and didn't move to carry out my order. I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. Vaguely. No, that's not right. Known from the beginning. I've known magic was all empty this whole time, haven't I?
何が煉獄の7姉妹よ。くだらない。くだらない。私、最初から知ってたんだから。
エンジェ様。
I glared into the worthless Lucifer's eyes, and pain seemed to accompany that gaze. As though she was being assaulted with a violent headache, Lucifer grasped her head with both arms. But it looked like she couldn't tear her eyes off my gaze, so she was assaulted with a pain that grew more and more violent.
役立たずが。あんたなんて大消えてしまえ。あんたなんて所詮私の中の妄想じゃない。
Hopelessness and disappointment, resignation and a dream's end, a cracking sound like you'd hear from a frozen lake surface during a fierce winter, rang out just once. At the same time, Lucifer's form, which had been tormented by a violent pain, stiffened into place and grew cloudy. It was almost as though a beautifully polished glass window had been heartlessly smashed and turned white from the countless fissures. And that was an accurate analogy. At some point, Lucifer's form had turned into a glass ornament of the same shape. Countless fissures ran through it from the inside as the head and arms collapsed and it crumbled to the floor.
知女は誰？レビアタン？私の命令を今すぐにこいつらを皆殺しにして。どうかお気を沈めてお聞きください。私たちは
I'm not looking for excuses or backtalk or an answer. I want nothing more than a swift confirmation of my order to eradicate the girls who are humiliating me. If you're going to say anything else, there's no need for me to listen until the end. After Leviathan also turned to white due to countless cracks through her whole body, she fell over backwards, splitting into separate parts along her neck, hips, and arms. If she'd been smashed to bits and lost her original form, it probably wouldn't have seemed so brutal. So seeing the two of them halfway left over made the remaining younger sisters shake even harder.
どうして私の命令を聞いてどうしてよ。
遅い。現在のこの場は反魔法力が非常に強い。
何よそれ。人間がいるからダメってどういう理屈？人間を殺すのがあんたたちの役。それができないならあんたたちは何のための家具なのよ。死ね。
Aww.
お許しください。エンジェ様。
As she clutched her head with both arms, Satan also turned white and fell down face first. Apparently the neck is the most slender part after all. Her head slid off and rolled over to Belphegor's feet.
人間が多いからダメなの？じゃあ私が後でこいつらをあんたたちはきっちり全員を血祭りにできるというの？
現在のエンジェ様の魔力では。しかしこの場にいる全ての人間の前で権限するにはまだまだ魔力の連成が足りません。お怒りは深く理解できますが、たとえ我この場の全員を殺害することはかえって状況を悪くするだけです。屈辱的とは思いますが、どうかこの場は怒りを収められて。
あとの3人も同じく反魔法力が高いからできないっていう？私に魔力が足りないからできないっていう？なら全員を殺す。たった一人でいいから殺してみ。今すぐこの場で。
As Asmo and Beelzebub held each other, they crouched down, cringing in fear under my gaze. If they'd been able to obey my order, they probably would have carried it out immediately. And yet here they were, crouching down, empty, sad, and pathetic. That's right, I've known. These girls can't even touch reality with one of their fingers.
死になさいよ、使えないか。どうして生きてるの？生きてる価値がないのになんで生きてるわけ？死ねばいいじゃん。死になさいよ。というかむしろ死ね。使い道のない家具を置いとくバカがいると。
Yeah, this part is sad.
何？あなただけは私の命令を遂行。そうよね。私の一番のお友達。あなただけはこいつらを。
今のエンジェ様には私たちを刺激しても人殺しはできません。主にできることを手伝うのが家具の主にすらできないことを私たちにはすることができない。エンジェ様はこいつ憎いですよね。殺したくなる気持ちよくわかる。どうぞ。ならば殺しましょうよ。エンジ様自らがその手を血に染めるならば我ら煉獄の七姉妹どこま
Aww.
でもお供しましょうとも。
私にできないからあんたたちに頼んでるんでしょ。私にできないことをできるからあんたたちは家具なんでしょ。
ええ、家具です。使われてこそ家具です。どうぞ我らを使って殺すのはあなたです。エンジェ様が殺したいと言うならどうぞ。ためらうことはありません。どうぞ今すぐ。そこまでの覚悟が伴って初めて自らの手を汚す覚悟があって初めて。でもエンジェ様はそれに至っていない。
妄想がもう分かってるわよ。あんたたちには何もできない。あんたたちは所詮私の妄想、幻想、悪チューム。私には初めから友達なんて一人。孤独な私が心の中に生み出したお友達ごっこの幻影でしょ。知ってたのよ最初から。
へえ、そう。エンジェ様の頭の中の幻想ですけど何か。はい、そうです。私たちは友達の寂しいエンジェ様の心を慰めるために。いたければ現実を見るといい。私たちなんか見ないで。あそこで囲まれて罵声を浴びせられているあなたにも。ほらほら戻りなさいよ。お帰りなさいな現実に。都合のいい時だけ私たちを呼び出して自分の手を汚す覚悟もないくせにそれをけしかけダメと分かったら否定して消し去る。ええ、どうぞお楽しみくださいよ。エンジェ様が期待されるようなエンジェ様がたった今浴びせられている罵声を。それもまた家具の役目。ムカついて床に叩きつけられることもまたその程度のことで主家具としてこれほどの栄誉はありま。殺しなさいよ。否定しなさいよ。あなたの最初で最後の友達よ。
Aww. At the end, Mammon had a mocking expression on her face, but for some reason it looked splashed with tears. Mammon, Beelzebub, and Asmodeus were smashed and fell to the floor.
リュウ。こっちへおいで、サク太郎。今のエンジェは少しだから近寄っちゃダメだよ。みんなは、七姉妹のみんなは死んじゃったの？大丈夫だよ。抜け殻だよ。だから大丈夫。とても傷ついただろうけど、みんな生きてるよ。きっといつかまた会えるよ。ウリュウ、よかった。よかった。エンジェはマリアージュ・ソルシエールの条約に違反した。同盟の魔女はお互いを敬い認め合わなくちゃならないのに、みんなエンジェの大切なお友達だったのに。
そんな魔女の同盟なんて関係ない。魔法のお友達？いい加減。私が殺したわ。私が七姉妹を。
ウリュウ、そんなのひどいよ。
ひどいよ。
もう魔女ごっこはいい加減にして。お願いだから。マリアお姉ちゃんもサク太郎も自ら消え、私が殺して消したなんて妄想の中ですら。
僕たちは妄想なんか。エンジェのお友達だよ。ウリュウ。
Sakutaro said that as he hid behind Maria, sobbing. Sakutaro doesn't exist. Sakutaro is also an imaginary creature Maria created to distract herself from her loneliness.
ウリュウ、痛い。ウリュウ。やめて。
The same power that had smashed the Seven Sisters was probably eating into Sakutaro as well, but Maria was apparently protecting him with some other power, so Sakutaro's form didn't break and scatter. One-chan glared at me sharply. It was a serious expression that I'd never seen before.
サク太郎は私の家具。エンジェには消せないよ。なのに、否定しようとするのは魔女にとって最大級の侮蔑も同じだよ。
サク太郎なんて最初から存在しないわ。ただのライオンのぬいぐるみ。それをお姉ちゃんがあたかも存在するかのように脳内で妄想して人格化した。
そんなことないよ。サク太郎はマリアのお友達。元はぬいぐるみだけど、今はぬいぐるみじゃないの。
いいえ、ぬいぐるみだわ。布と綿でできたぬいぐるみ。自ら喋れも動きもしない。お姉ちゃんはそれを腹話術みたいにして喋ってるだけ。それが魔法？それが魔女？それが友達？そんなの私は認めないわ。
ウリュウ、僕じゃないの。僕はただ本当は喋れなくて、マリアのお友達じゃないの。ウリュウ。
As though struck with a high fever, Sakutaro was weakened bit by bit. As he clung to Onichan's body, all he did all he could to continue standing, but his body began to gradually slip down. As he did, Onichan held him, yelling at me with tears streaming down her face.
やめて。魔法の毒でサク太郎を焼かないで。いじめないで。否定しないで。マリアお姉ちゃん変なの。サク太郎なんかいないよ。ぬいぐるみはぬいぐるみだもん。布と綿でできてるってママに習ったもん。歩いたり喋ったりなんかできるわけ。ウリュウ。サク太郎、サク太郎。ぬいぐるみじゃないもん。ぬいぐるみじゃないもん。友達だもん。
Aw, hey, thank you so much for subscribing. That's so sweet of you. Aw, I hope you're doing well, by the way. Right now, okay, so right now Angie's getting bullied by everyone, And so she decided to deny all of the seven sisters' existence, and now she's denying Sakutaro and Maria. So it's like a sad moment you came in on.
ぬいぐるみ遊びなんかよりみんなでお外で遊ぶ方がいい。
I know, poor Angie.
もう飽きた。返事なんかもう知らない。なんでそんなこと言うの。嫌い嫌い嫌い嫌い。
嫌い嫌い大嫌い。
絶好だ絶好だ。もう魔女の仲間になんか入れてあげない。原初の魔女見習いマリアの名に魔女見習いエンジェをマリアージュ・ソルシエール魔女同盟より署名とする。
Damn. And then what had been peaceful days to me became a daydream and ended. By now it's impossible to prove. No one can verify whether that magic or whether those were really my friends, or nothing else more than a daydream. I, the sole observer, concluded that they were a daydream. So that became the truth. Perhaps in the farther future I'll observe it again, and when that happens maybe I'll acknowledge that it wasn't a dream, that the seven sisters were really my friends, and that, along with Maria and Sakutaro, they did everything they could for me in my isolation. Something so vague is neither the truth nor an illusion. Maybe reality here and now is the only world with the real me. Where is the real me? The person standing amidst the girl's exposed wreckage that resembles broken glass sculptures. The girl who's breathing harshly, her shoulders heaving, isn't me. I'm over there. The me that's surrounded by a crowd and being showered by jeers, who's hanging her head, her eyes red, isn't the me over there. The real me? I won't dream anymore, 'cause there's nowhere left to run. I'm going back. I'll return myself to the cage made of flesh.
話いつまでもうつむいていても何の解決にもなりませんわよ。
聞こえてるわ。
ああ、やっと返事した。このまま黙ってれば終わるとか、泣けば許してもらえ。あんた、自覚あるかって聞いてるのよ。自分が周りに迷惑かけてるって自覚があるのかって聞いてんのよ。
I slowly nodded. I acknowledged it. I acknowledged that I had slipped into the world of my daydream, trying to remain separate from the others in my class. To separate myself and disgrace those sisters who spoke with me with reliable and kind words, despite being totally unable to help when I really wanted them to. I acknowledged that.
私、後ろ宮エンジェは、境地、それは、勉強ができないため、クラスメート全体に対し、過度の私は、生きてても仕方ありません。
Starting there, I was no longer reading the paragraph they'd made me write. It was me improvising, and it was what was in my heart. They noticed that it wasn't what they'd anticipated, but while they did frown, no one spoke, so I continued.
そうです。私は生きてても仕方、1986年のあの日に、なのに、私だけどうして、ここは、誰も助けてくれません。一時、私の中に生まれた架空の友人たちだけでも、友人たちは、所詮は妄想で、だってここは妄想の世界じゃなくて、現実だからつまり、私は今日までずっと、現実のクラスメートを嫌い、その友人たちとは、さっき決別しました。だから私がここにいます。家族もいません。友人も捨てました。もう私には何も。どうして死なないの？さっきそう聞いた人がいました。その通りだと思います。どうして私は1986年に私は、いえ、きっと死んだんです。なのに私の殺された魂は、だからそれに誰も答えてくれないなら、自分で誰か私を死なせてください。
I spoke that sentence and looked around. Dumbfounded girls, shocked girls, girls whose faces seemed to be saying, "What the heck is this kid talking about?" And a bit late, more and more girls with faces that said, "Is this girl alright?" Whisper, chatter, and then giggle. When I ordered the friends of my daydream to kill, they couldn't do it, and so I asked the real humans to kill me. But of course, these girls can't do it either. In other words, both daydreams and reality are the same. Doesn't that mean that including this world, absolutely everything is a daydream? Then there's no problem, right? After all, on that day when I lost my family, I was already dead. Everything that happened afterwards is going on in my head, my life flashing before my eyes after I failed to die. Once I understood that, it felt like the scenery surrounding me began to twist and bend slightly. Yeah, I'll finally wake up. I'll be released from this daydream world. I feel my consciousness sliding away. That's alright. Fade farther and farther away and take me to my family. Then no matter what happens in this twisted, still world, I won't mind at all. I saw the crowd getting pushed aside as the teacher stepped in. Perhaps the teacher doing the rounds happened to notice a strange disturbance. The teacher was vigorously shouting something, moving to protect me. Watching that, I knew an ally had appeared for me, even if there was only one, and I felt my awareness return slightly. The only ones who can save me in the world of reality are real humans. Never again. Never again will I seek rescue from my daydreams. This is the world of humans. Nothing can save a human except other humans.
そうだね。エンジェがそう思ったなら、それがエンジェの世界。エンジェはこれで幸せになれる？エンジェがそれでしか幸せになれないと信じたな。カゴの中にいる青い鳥をそうだと認められないなら、どこまでも探しに行かざるを得ない。ウリュウ、マリアとエンジェはもう絶好なの？絶好なんかじゃないよ。エンジェがそれを求めたからそうしただけ。私たち魔女は時にでも常にみんなの身近に、そしてきっとその助けを求められる。エンジェもまた僕たちと遊んでくれる日が来る。来ないでそのまま忘れてしまうこともあるかもしれん。人の世ではそれを成長や決別と呼ぶから。でも
If Angie just remembers, we'll always be by her side. And until then, we'll be waiting. I think I'm gonna save here. It's not that I was very interested in this. Good stopping point. Okay, good. Yeah, because I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache, but it was interesting. It was really sad. I'm sorry. I felt bad that all that happened for everyone involved, really. Yeah. Really interesting day with we got a lot of story from Catherine and Umineko. I don't know how this is really gonna go or what's gonna happen, but I'm interested. And I want Mammon and Angie to be together for at the final stage. Angie and Mammon, and then Beatrice and Rosa need to get together. Okay, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it if you watch for a little bit or a lot. And I hope everyone has a really good rest of your day. I'll see you guys here next time. We'll be playing I don't know, maybe I'll switch it up and throw a game in. And Golden Sorcerer, make sure to if you want in the recommend or in game stuff or recommended, whatever you want to put it in my Discord for the White Album stuff, just let me know. Yeah, okay, I just remembered that, so let me know about that and then I'll look into it. So yep, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.